Francesca. I'm nearly 45 years old and I'm Italian. I was born in Milan and I raised in Sardinia. So I'm a mix and I've been traveling since I was a kid, between Milan and Sardinia. And my father was a chef in five-star hotels. So I always dream about working in hospitality, actually. And that's the reason why I studied tourism economy at the university. And I started my career in the hospitality organizing events. And then I started working for five-star properties in Sardinia and in the group and events office. And then after 2 years in this beautiful resort, I quit and I went traveling with a big backpack for 15 months. That was the best time of my life as a single woman, so before my family time. Since then, I had what we call the travel bug. When I came back to Sardinia after visiting Australia, New Zealand, a lot of places in Southeast Asia, I came back to my island and I started a job as a sales manager for the same resort that I quit 2 years before. And because they discovered that I was not able to stay in just one place, that I needed to travel. And it was a really good job because I was able to travel like every month all around Europe. So I really enjoyed what I was doing. At the time, I was still single, but then during a site inspection, so be careful when you do site inspection, I met my husband that actually it was a client and he was coming to the hotel to check, all the spaces for the event. And as you say, it was love at first sight. So after 6 months, I moved from Sardinia and I came to Rome, where I live now with my husband and my family. It's been like 14 years ago. And then when we became a family, when I was pregnant of our first child, Claudia, he gave me a special present that it was a photo shoot, a professional photo shoot. So for the first time in my life, I was not behind the camera, but in front of the camera. And I was like so happy about the results that actually the idea of Pix Around came to my mind. So this is the point when, I stopped doing my sales job and we decided to create Pix Around together because actually Pix Around is our family business. Pixaron basically offer professional photo shoots all around the world. When we created the company, we decided to offer the same service that, we received when we did the professional photo shoot, but in a different way, because my first photo shoot was in a studio, with artificial lights and things like that. But since our main passion is traveling, we decided to combine the travel with the photography aspect. We selected more than 300 photographers, professional photographers all around the world. And we decided to offer this opportunity to all the luxury travelers that wanted to have a photo shoot as a special memory of their trip. And since the beginning, we decided to deal mainly with travel agents and five-star hotels and also DMCs worldwide because we prefer to deal with the professionals like the travel agents because a client of a travel agent usually wants to have really good service and they want to have everything already organized before they travel. And also because, it's quite easier for us to cooperate with the travel agents because they already have the right clients for us. And we speak the same language. So, yeah, this is what we do. And we created a company back in 2015 and let's say that we started officially in 2017. We became quite famous since the beginning because we cooperate with the right companies, also because we always had really great reviews. And of course, travel agents speaks with a lot of the other travel agents where they are traveling and they have really good connection because maybe belongs to the same agency. We created a really good network and we are quite proud of what we did because Steve Jobs started in a garage in the US. We started in our house, just working from home. So being able now to speak with you also and to all the customers we have around the world, it makes proud of ourselves. Yeah, and it's always growing. Even today we were finding new photographers in destinations that we never deal before. So we are adding other two photographers today. The most requested destination is Paris. Everybody wants to have the pictures in front of the Eiffel Tower. And we did the same this year, actually. We went to Paris and we did a photo shoot there. And also we work a lot in, like in summertime in Santorini. Santorini is another really, famous location and spot for photo shoots all around Italy. And also Mexico now is becoming more and more popular for us, yes. And all the Caribbean islands are also really, famous for the US travelers because, our main market is US. Wherever you go on vacation, let's say, it becomes quite popular for us. Europe is number one anyway. And then I could say Mexico, Caribbean, and also like for Christmas holidays, we're gonna have quite a few photo shoot in Southeast Asia. Like we're gonna have Bali, we're gonna have Siem Reap, we're gonna have Phuket, all these beautiful Asian destinations. Yeah, yeah, we did something like that this summer, and it was amazing. It was again a family from US, and they wanted to have the photographer for 3 weeks, 2 weeks in Rome and 1 week in the Amalfi Coast. But the really special thing is that they also had some special visit, like some exclusive visits. So the 6 a.m. visit to the Vatican Museum, where they were the only ones to see the Sixtine Chapel, and the photographer was there. They had a private Colosseum night visit and also the Roman Forum, and they were the only people there. And also, they could stay longer after the Pompeii site was closed, and they were the only ones there. So we did such a really great reportage pictures for them. And the good thing is that this family, this was not the first time they did something like that. And we are already in touch with them because they are planning the next trip for next year. Probably they will be back in Europe and we will follow them all around Europe. So the smallest package, let's say, is 1 hour, and the cost for 2024 is 499 euro. So basically 500 euro. But it's a really good deal because also we deliver at least 40 digital pictures. It's quite a lot, especially if you compare all the different services that you can have all around the world. And if you go on a cruise, sometimes you have to pay 20 or 30 bucks just for one picture. And also, you don't have the same quality because, above all, what we want to give to the clients is special memories and with really good quality, not just of the pictures, but also, the service that we give to the clients before, during, and after the photo shoot. Absolutely. I mean, and also you said video, and this is interesting because another service that we offer when the clients want to have the video service too is the video. I can say that this is quite famous for families with teenagers because sometimes we receive requests for having videos that are really good for reels, for using them on TikTok as well. Usually it's a kind of behind the scene of the photo shoot, and sometimes just the video itself for this kind of social media post. We don't just do, the standard photo shoot service. We can, as I said, arrange, for example, the photographer can stay for a couple of days or 1 week with the clients. But also, if you just want to have the photographers for one day, let's say that you are doing a special tour, like 4 hours or 8 hours tours, and you want to have the photographers with you all the time, this is something we can do. Also, we did a lot of proposal photo shoots. So for all the romantic men and women out there that are planning a special proposal, this is something that we can do. Even this summer, we did some really special proposal with not just the photographers, but there was the videographer as well. And also in one case, there was the violinist. So it was a really special proposal. Or another option can be, having the proposal during a gondola tour in Venice. this is something romantic as well that can be done for clients that have no budget problem. Once it was like 3 or 4 years ago, we did a special proposal on the rooftop of the Ritz Hotel in Paris. So we privatized the rooftop of the Ritz Hotel, and there was the photographer, the videographer, there was a musician. We can do really special mini events, let's say, for all these kind of clients. Something else we can be done, if you want to have, for example, a renewal photo shoot. This is something else that usually we do, especially in Italy, because clients, when they do the renewal, they choose Italy, especially Tuscany for the countryside or the Amalfi Coast. And sometimes it's something just funny, like for example, this summer we did a couple of White Lotus tour in Sicily because the people wanted to go to the same location of the White Lotus. I would love to show you the pictures because it was amazing. The people went to the Godfather house and there were some actor and actress, wearing the Sicilian dress, and it was amazing. It was amazing. Really, you felt like you were in the movie. So it's something cool. And another special occasion where we can do this kind of tour is Paris for all the lovers of Emily in Paris. And this is special for, girls. They wanted to go to the famous boulangerie to have, the special bread that usually Emily has, or they want to have just sit down in the most famous cafe wearing the Emily hat. And yeah, it's funny. Yeah, yeah. It's something that maybe for some teenagers, they really feel they are living the Emily in Paris life. And another thing we did, and it was the photo shoot with the vintage car. This is another good thing to do. You can do it, like, for example, in Rome, or again in Amalfi Coast, or even in Paris. In Paris, we did it with a special sidecar. It's all about the memories, you're spending, as you said, you're spending maybe a lot of money, for a special trip of your life, or anyway, because you don't have any budget problems. So you want to have the memories. You want to being able to look at the pictures like, the one that you see behind us. And all the time I look at this picture, I think about, the special trip we did, or how little were the kids, especially when you have kids. When you do the photo shoot like every year, and you see and you say, "Oh wow, I'm really happy that I did a photo shoot because I don't even remember them when they were so little." We won't be able to do this one now because they are too big. We did this kind of picture like for 3 years, and then we said, "No, I can't do it anymore." uh, there are there are some favorite places. One of them is like this one here, that is Australia. I love Australia. And actually, I think I was supposed to be born in Australia, and then for no reason I was born in Italy. But I love Australia. It's an amazing country. And also, I love New Zealand, that I visited twice as well. And this summer, we went to Bali with the kids, and actually, we did our renewal in Bali because we celebrated our 10 years anniversary. We did a photo shoot in Bali, and I look at the pictures and I think, oh wow. I remember the place was really amazing, and I love also the way the people live in Bali. Another place that is in my heart is Zambia, because that was my first time. Actually, it was the second time in Africa, but the first time I went to a safari. And also, it was is the place where we became a family because we arrived there. We were two, and we came back, and I was pregnant of Claudia. And this is also the reason why we call her Claudia Victoria, because of the Victoria Falls. One day we want to go back there with the kids and show them, the beautiful lodges and the safari that we did, and it was amazing. Oh yeah, Bali is absolutely a family destination because it's safe. People are so respectful. They are always, really nice to you. We never see somebody complain that, for me that I live in Rome, stay in the traffic, and everybody was just like, that's it. It's normal, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to complain. And I can say that, I felt safe, really safe. I could even leave the door of my room open and nobody was, there is no risk for family, really, not at all. It's a really safe country, it's beautiful, it's family friendly, and yeah, I think we will be back to Bali in some point. Yeah. And also another good place for family, of course, is Sardinia, where I come from, that is not so well known in the US market. Everybody in the US, they go to Puglia, they go to Sicily, but they don't go to Sardinia. This is a shame because it's a really beautiful island and there are so many beautiful beaches where you can enjoy the beautiful Mediterranean Sea. And also New Zealand. New Zealand is like, I think it's the quiet place on earth. Even when it's high season, you feel like you're the only one in some part of the island. It's based out of London, yeah. Because at the time when we created the company, this is a funny story. We were supposed to move to London because of my husband's previous job. And so we said, okay, so let's create a company in London since we are moving there. So we did all the papers and everything. And then it didn't happen that we had to move there, but the company anyway was based there. And at that time, anyway, UK was still part of the European Union. We had no problems with this. And since anyway we created a company back in 2015, even when the Brexit happens, we didn't have any issues, moving the company. We decided just to keep it there. And also because it was also easier comparing to the Italian bureaucracy, because as I said, I have clients coming from all over the world and I have photographers based all over the world. So, for the all the bureaucratic stuff, the contracts and the payments. I can say that in Italy, maybe, I would never ever been able to open a company like this one. It would have been a nightmare. So the company is there, we are here, and we work always when we are traveling. And for us, when everybody discover that you are able to work from home, we were like, okay, we've been doing this since the beginning. I mean, of course you can work from home. You can work from everywhere in the world. We just need a computer and a Wi-Fi, and that's it. First of all, for the airplane tickets after COVID, the secret is to buy the tickets really, before you want to travel. You have to buy in advance because we are a family of four anyway now, and the tickets are so expensive. So if you don't buy the tickets in time, it's gonna be, a little bit too expensive. And but apart from this, I love to speak with the locals. So when I book hotels, for example, then I love to ask the hotel people the best restaurant for in their opinion. I love to ask them if there is some secret activities that I can do avoiding the crowds. I don't want to go where everybody goes at the same time. And this is actually what we did when we were in Bali. In one of the hotels where we stay near Ubud, we asked the receptionist if there were some not really famous waterfalls, if there were so not really famous rice terraces. And we went to places that they were not even on the Lonely Planet or in any guide, because that were the places where only the local used to go. This is something that for me is really cool. Don't be afraid to stay with the locals. I know a lot of Italians, for example, that when they go abroad, the first thing they want to know is where there is the Italian restaurant. And I'm just like, why are you going? I like we met a couple when we went to Zanzibar. Yeah, and they were, complaining because the food it was not good and they were looking for an Italian restaurant. And I was like, oh, come on. You should have stayed at home. I mean, you have to try the local food. You have to stay with the local. You have to try all the different things that you can do in a place that is totally different from your home. Otherwise, there is no point to travel. And also another thing that I like to do when I'm on vacation is to wake up really early, like sunrise time. Sunrise time is really good time, because if you are in like in a really beautiful place, like when we went to Bali, we went to the Gili Islands, and even if, it was not crowded, but I love to see the beach empty. I love to see, how is really the place when everybody's sleeping. It's a special sensation for me to see the beginning of the day when you are the only one. And this is also something that we suggest, for example, for the photo shoot, especially when they do the photo shoot in crowded city like Rome or Florence in summertime, and they ask me, can we do the photo shoot at 10 a.m.? And I'm just like, no way. No, you have to get up at 6 a.m. at least. You have to be the first one on the Spanish step. You have to be the first one everywhere you want to go. Apart from the beautiful pictures that you will have, you will see the city. You will see Rome empty. You will see Florence with no people around. You will see when the locals open, the doors of the markets, the special shops, and it's an experience in a center way. You can be the first one having the coffee, so feeling the smell of the brioche, the croissant just coming out from the. It's something special for me. And also, unless you have a really strict program, another good thing is to have at least one day with no activity plan. Just decide what you want to do during the day. Maybe you will do at the end, maybe you will do a lot of things, or you can just lay down on a beach, or you can just go on a walk, the mountains, and you decide to stay there the whole day. Just do what you want to do for one day, no plans.